Anyway, I'll walk up these stairs. I'm getting better at it than I was when I first came in here. I have a few little Valentine's things. Some of them are sweet, some are goofy. Um, First off, why do Valentines have hearts on them? Do you know?
I don't know.
Well, spleens would look pretty freaking gross.
Yeah.
Here. Happy
Little cartoon
Valentine's.
spleen.
Jim asked his friend Tony whether he bought his wife anything for Valentine's Day. Well, yeah, Tony said. He was a kind of a chauvinist pig. I bought her a belt and a bag. Oh, that was nice of you. I hope she appreciated it. Tony smiled and said, so do I. Hopefully the vacuum cleaner will work better now. Roger, he was 19, was buying a real expensive bracelet to surprise his girlfriend on Valentine's at a real smart jeweler's shop in Hatton Garden, London. And the jeweler said, would you like your girlfriend's name engraved on it? And Roger thought a minute and said, yeah, well, no. Instead, engrave to my one and only love. And the jeweler said, oh, that's so romantic of you. And Roger said, not exactly that romantic. Very practical, however. This way, if we break up, I can use it again. What do squirrels give for Valentine's Day?
A nut. Skip for Bill.
Forget me nuts.
Oh, I thought it'd be nuttin', honey.
Did Adam and Eve ever have a date? Nope, but they had an apple. What did one snake say to the other snake?
What? What?
Give me a little hug and a hiss, honey. Why did the banana go out with a prune?
Why did the banana go out with a prune? Why?
It couldn't get a date. Oh. What's a ram's favorite song on February 14th?
Favorite song of February 14th?
I only have eyes for you.
Oh, that's cute.
So one morning, Emma woke up with a start, and her husband, Jim, asked what was wrong. And she said, I just had a dream that you gave me a pearl necklace for Valentine's Day. What do you think that means? Jim says, you're going to know tonight. And that night, Jim came home with a small package and gave it to his wife, and she was delighted. Opened it, and there was a book called The Meaning of Dreams. Mr. Romanticism there.
That's cute.
Mike walked into a post office just before Valentine's Day. He couldn't help noticing this middle-aged, balding man in a corner sticking love stamps on bright pink envelopes with hearts all over them. And then the man got out a bottle of Chanel perfume, started spraying it all over the envelopes. And Mike goes over and he's like, why are you sending all these cards? And the man says, I'm sending out 500 Valentine cards signed. Guess who is what I put on them. But why? Asked Mike. I'm a divorce lawyer. Let's cause the breakup of so-and-so. Okay. When a woman on the staff of the school where I worked got engaged, a friend and colleague offered her some advice. He said, the first 10 years are the hardest. Oh, she said, how long have you been married? He said, 10 years. Hard, buddy. This couple's having marital problems. They decided together to do the right thing, and they contacted a marriage guidance counselor. Several visits followed. Lots of questions were asked. Lots of listening was carried out. And eventually, the counselor felt that he discovered the main problem. So he stood up and went over to the woman, asked her to stand up, and he gave her a really tight cuddle. And he turned to the husband and he says, this is what your wife needs at least once every day. And the husband frowned, thought for a minute, and said, okay, what time do you want me to bring her back tomorrow? Yeah, you know why Cupid didn't shoot his arrow at the lawyer's heart, don't you? Even Cupid can't hit a target that small. Yeah. Kurt got it. So little David came home from first grade and tells his daddy that they learned about the history of Valentine's Day. Since Valentine's Day is for a Christian saint and we're Jewish, would God get mad at me if I gave someone a Valentine? David's father thinks a little bit. He goes, no, I don't think God would get mad. Who do you want to give a Valentine to? Osama bin Laden, David says. Why Osama bin Laden? The father asked. He's kind of shocked. Well, I thought if a little American Jewish boy could have enough love to give Osama a Valentine, he might start to think maybe we're not all bad. Maybe he'd start loving people a little bit. And then if other kids saw what I did and sent Valentines to Osama bin Laden, he would love everyone a lot. And then he'd start going all over the place and tell everybody how much he loved him and how he didn't hate anybody anymore. And his dad's heart was all swelled up. He's looking at his boy with a newfound pride. He's like, David, that is the most wonderful thing I've ever heard. I know, David said. And once that gets him out in the open, the Marines can shoot him. Here are some things not to say on your Valentine's date. I really don't like this restaurant that much, but I wanted to use this 2-for-1 coupon before it expired. Yeah, people say I remind them of Eddie Haskell. Eddie Haskell. You remember Eddie Haskell?
Of course.
Yeah. I used to come here all the time with my ex.
X. Oh.
I never said you need a nose job. I just said it wouldn't hurt to consider it. More things to say, not to say on your Valentine's date. Could you excuse me? My cat gets lonely if he doesn't hear my voice on the answering machine every hour, cat boy. I really feel like I've grown in the past few years. I used to be, I wouldn't have given someone like you a second look.
Damn. Bastard.
Yeah, this is at dinner. And I won that trophy in the interfraternity belching contest, too.
Fraternity belching
Hey, I know you said you don't eat anything with a face, but a good butcher will cut that part off for you if you ask. And it's been tough, but I've come to accept that most people I date just won't be as smart as I am.
Brilliant.
After a quarrel, this wife says to her hubby, you know, I was a fool when I married you. And the husband said, well, yes, dear, but I was in love and I didn't even notice it. This couple came upon a wishing well, and the wife leaned over and made a wish. She threw in a penny, and the husband decided he'd make one too. But he leaned too far over, he fell in the well, and he drowned. And the wife was stunned, and she goes, oh my God, it really works.